Hello, friends. Have you realized just how important you and I are to God's kingdom plan? You remember what Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, that you and I are salt of the earth and we are the light of the world by virtue of our relationship with Jesus Christ. God demonstrates the values and the power of his kingdom through his people. But this is going to be difficult. Like Paul writes about in 2 Timothy chapter 3, beginning in verse 1, he says, "But realize this, that in the last days difficult times will come. For men are going to be lovers of self." And he goes on to talk about the depravity of humanity, which resides in our hearts and is demonstrated in culture. And they're going to be lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. It is in loving God that we thrive as kingdom citizens. And we love God by sharing and living in his gospel, by living out a way of life that reflects the loveliness of Christ, and also by articulating, believing, understanding, and engaging with a biblical worldview. A biblical worldview that is learned by studying the scriptures, hearing good biblical sermons and engaging with them, by actually understanding how the forces of culture interface with the biblical truth, and by just even how the media presents just everyday circumstances. As you and I learn to think and live biblically, why we represent Christ in this world. And indeed, that's what Jesus has called us to do.